3, 2, 1, let's go. Previously on Harbinger, our heroes made a new friend. After Chare stole a year of Creevy's life, the party met more trouble, a tiefling bard. The do-gooder decided to aid the party in their fighting era. Chare put them all in a shared dream state, exploring their memories and key moments in their lives. First up was Juniper. The party got to see the elf's very first wild shape, which was a badger. Next was Hardtack. We witnessed his last crew and a disaster on his last ship. But there was a twist! Hardtack's mysterious patron interfered with the memory, claiming the party to be trespassing on what belonged to it. Our heroes then saw Diedrich's memories. As a child, Diedrich was almost abducted, but saved by a friend named Pen Warder. Later, he found a snail and named her Penny. Finally, Raven's memories were seen. Raven's mother gifted to her a music box containing an old lullaby, which her mother sang to her on her deathbed. Once more, Hardtack's patron intervened. Our heroes had to fight their way through one of Chare's memories, battling wraiths and a strange skeletal figure in the distance. After that, more Trouble's work was done. But what awaits our heroes? What is their new mission? Find out right now on Harbinger.
Hey.
Alright.
Hey! I did not realize that that was Chare's memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me neither.
Yeah. So yeah.
He's like, yeah, it was.
Poor
I wasn't-
Tyler's like crafted this like really intricate storyline, just like
Right over our heads.
weaving in all the ends, and we're like, wow, we didn't even notice.
Also, because
That's
of last
okay.
episode's amazing music, I want to give one more shout out because we had like the lullaby. I thought I made a command, but we had the lullaby, which was amazing, written by Tessie, as well as sung by Sarah, who is
Yes.
also amazing. And Tessie also made the song that is in the intro song. So that's like the Harbinger theme, and all of that is all written by Tessie, produced by Tessie. It's wonderful, wonderful music. And that lullaby that made us all cry last session is also produced by Tessie.
Really
So
fucking
yeah, shout
sad
out.
a
If you're
lot.
not already following Captain Tessie, please do. And shout out to the rest of the cast. You guys are amazing.
Yes. Alright, so we're gonna start out as we normally do, kind of. Normally we start out with fun facts, and so before this started, we were kind of discussing, because, you know, we don't have to do fun facts every
Not
time.
very fun.
Yeah, sometimes they're not even fun. So I'm opening up the floor to the players, where it doesn't have to be a fun fact, but just something that will help us get to know your character more. So we're starting with Juniper.
Oh, sick. Amazing. Today, for my not so fun fact, I've taken a personality quiz as Juniper for you. Thank you. I took
Thank
the
you.
Enneagram test, which if you don't know what it is, you should totally check it out because it's sick. I don't super understand it, but it gives you numbers, and anyways, it's cool. It's great. Anyways, okay.
Take it.
Juniper is a Enneagram 6, which is
Hey, really
called
really
a
quick, Bella,
loyal.
you're so quiet. I turned you all the way up in Discord, and we still having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, my microphone decided to
There it is.
do its own thing.
There it is. That's
Oh,
better. That's
nice.
better. That's
Okay.
better. Okay.
Okay, anyways. Here, let me start over.
Okay. Yeah. Hit us.
I'll talk to
Round
more.
two.
For my fun fact today, I took a personality quiz as Juniper. I took the Enneagram, which if you haven't like heard of it or taken it, you should check it out because it's pretty cool. The results are like numbers. It's weird. But anyways, Juniper is an Enneagram 6, which is called the Loyalist. And it's the internet says about this, the committed, security-oriented type, engaging, responsible, anxious, and suspicious. More specifically, Juniper is an Enneagram 6 with a 5 wing, which further specifies them as the defender. Thank you.
It all
that
checks
was
out.
lovely. That
Makes
was
sense.
lovely. What a good.
Oh wait, I'm not done actually. I
Oh,
just remembered
okay.
something fun.
Bring it.
Some really wonderful examples from real life of Enneagram type 6s. U2's Bono, Mark Wahlberg, Elliot Page, Paul Rudd. Pew, pew, pew.
You win.
You win.
Sorry. Paul Rudd.
And-
Nothing else needs to be said.
Unfortunately, Alex Jones of Infowars. But also, let's bring it back around. No, actually, this is also unfortunate. Frodo Baggins. Blech. Anyways.
What, you don't like Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. We have to
Frodo's
stop the
worst.
podcast.
I will not be
Stop the
debating this.
podcast.
He's so goddamn useless. Anyways, Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks, Mel Gibson.
You're giving Tyler an
I take that one
actual
back.
stroke right now. Tyler is having
Anyways, thank you.
Tyler is
I think-
canceling the D&D campaign
I
right
I
now.
think the likelihood that
worst.
Juniper
Frodo's
is
the
going
but
to
Mel
worst.
Gibson is
is
unscathed.
high.
What? Sorry, what?
Yeah, alright.
Oh
He's the
my
worst.
god.
I'll
I mean-
die on this hill.
I
Come
mean,
on.
okay, listen. I personally
When have you ever been like
Sam is
damn,
amazing.
Look at that Frodo. I would love to be him. He's carrying the party. He's doing all the useful stuff. Please. Mention one time when he did something useful. One time.
I am not going to get into this now.
Sam is
There's
the best
a
one.
useless
I mean, we
video.
agree. Okay, wait,
We will
wait.
not play tonight, and we will just have a debate about Lord of the Rings. I am not gonna do.
We can disagree about Frodo, but we all agree that Sam's
Sam's the best.
the
Yeah,
best.
obviously.
Okay, then you
Yeah.
know what? We can keep going.
Sam carries the party while
He carries-
Frodo's busy being fucking useless. Anyways, thank you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
Who's next up, Tyler?
I'm
Right,
gonna-
I think
Tyler,
the likelihood
please.
that Juniper is going to be killed in the campaign just went up. Very
Try
high.
me.
Spiked.
The sunglasses. Oh my
She's gonna
god.
be killed by a giant ring. All right, so
Giant
back.
ring.
you are up next.
Yeah. So, do you all recall how earlier I had mentioned that Hardtack has reverse sobriety, where like if he doesn't drink or if he drinks anything other than grog, he becomes not himself? Well, I am happy to inform you all that Hardtack is hydrated and healthy because he's been using the tankard of sobriety to drink water. And that has canceled out the reverse sobriety effects of everything else.
That's
so,
amazing. That is a really good
Hardtack
fun
is
fact.
Hardtack is very hydrated. His
I love that.
risk of kidney disease has gone down.
Hydro
and liver disease has gone
homie.
down. So yeah.
That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Thanks, tankard of sobriety.
Ting. All right, cool. So yeah, that was good. I like that a lot. Next up is Diedrich. Diedrich, do you have a
Diedrich's
fun
fun fact. I am taking the Enneagram personality test currently as Diedrich, but my fun fact for this week is going to be that Diedrich has an extra bone.
Where?
Plus more.
He has two
Hey.
collarbones.
On
Two-
each side or just one
no,
side
no,
has
like
an extra collarbone?
yeah, one side has an extra collarbone.
Got it. Okay.
Diedrich has an extra collarbone.
Which
He
side?
really is the bone boy.
He's the bone boy. It's on his let's say his right side, like his dominant hand.
Gotcha. So Tyler, just make sure you remember that whenever Diedrich gets attacked on the right collarbone area, that he has
There's
extra
two.
resilience because
Yeah.
there's an extra
Absolutely.
bone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you
That's
should even
absolutely what I'm
boost my armor class just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just on your right collarbone, though.
Just on the right side.
Everything else is actually reduced.
Oh my god. Okay. So next up, last but not least, is Raven. Raven, do you have a fun fact for us?
This is one of the points where you'll find Raven and I are very alike. Since Raven was a young child, the nighttime has been the best time of night, best time of the day, period. The best time of the 24 hours is the nighttime because it's like quiet and calm, and like I think most people that grew up maybe in a chaotic household find that they're like night people after that, because it's like, you know, no one's requires anything of you and you can kind of just like vibe and do exactly as you wish, like you just exist. And I've previously talked about how Raven really likes magic hour, so like seeing all the animals and although that is a part of it, it's also like the transition into nighttime, which is very like calming and centering for her. She just really likes the night and the moon. So that's my fun fact.
I love that. That's really great. All right, cool. Good fun facts, everybody. Yeah, good fun facts. Okay, so we open up right where we left off, where the King Beneath is talking to the four of you,
Mhm.
and she has just slid a slip of paper across the table and is grinning at you. And she says, "Well, what do you all say?"
What did she offer us again? She just
She-
said it's a
so-
job, right?
Yeah, she offered you a job.
Okay.
She said that she
But
needs...
we don't know the job, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
She says that she needs you to take something from the Omaran household.
Oh,
which is
right.
One of the
Wait,
nobles.
That's not the house we went into.
No,
We
no.
went to
You were in
Polarius, yeah?
Polarius.
House
Yeah,
Polarius,
Polarius.
Nice, 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 nice. Someone's
Mhm,
keeping
mhm,
notes.
mhm.
Someone knows the lore.
Can we
So
look at the
we
piece
have-
of paper?
Totally, yeah. So the
No, we
piece of
ignore it.
paper- Yeah.
Hardtack
So
looks
the
at the piece of paper.
Can't read.
piece of paper is a crude map of the manor, and you notice that there is a giant tree, like a giant tree, and the manor is just built into the tree and onto the tree.
Fun.
What? Yeah.
Is it fun?
Oh yeah.
Big
okay.
house.
It looks fun. It looks
Big,
fun.
big
Tree
tree
house.
Hardtack takes the map, turns it to Juniper, and says, "Look, a tree. It's right up your alley."
Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
Treehouse.
Yeah. Yep. I see it too. Yes.
Wait, but isn't this Dietrich would know? Wait, but isn't this the house of the really fancy family or whatever?
Yes. House
Last-
Omaran.
Listen, last time we did something like that, it did not go over well.
Well,
I think
you
we're
don't
gonna have a
to do
shitter
this
school kind of
job.
situation. in
Yeah,
the
if they
next
don't
one.
have
I don't- I
if
don't-
they don't have a porta potty outhouse this time, I don't know if we're gonna make it. I forgot that I did that.
So the king
We
beneath
didn't.
sighs, and she says, "Well," and she gestures to the paper, and you see that written in smaller print on the paper there's little arrows and notes that are pointing to different parts, and one of them says secret door. There's another that says guard outpost. It seems as though the king beneath has detailed a few obstacles that might occur.
They've staked it out for us.
A little bit, very crude, very very crude.
Sick.
She
What
says,
did they call me? Oh,
"What?"
sorry.
She says, "You have 3 days to steal from the vault."
Wait. What are we getting out of this?
I will pay you handsomely.
And wipe the
Unfortunately,
dead?
handsomely is
need
not a
money.
number. I've
we
never.
got enough
I've-
handsome, I think.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how much exactly handsomely is. Do you mind putting a number around the word handsomely?
So she says, "I will pay you 2,000 gold pieces for this job."
Dietrich,
Seems awfully risky.
Dietrich, fist the table. We'll take it. Wait,
Does
wait,
what?
wait.
Slow down.
All right. Well,
Nani?
yeah. So
What exact King Beneath? Excuse me.
Yes.
What exactly are
Yes.
we stealing? Because we'll need that information if we're going to be stealing something. What is it? Exactly?
So she reaches into her satchel that she has, and she pulls out another slip of paper, and with one hand she flicks it open and tosses it like a shuriken onto the table, where it just lazily lands in front of you. It looks as though it's some kind of wand. And she says, "I desire this object for my own purposes."
Is this a magic wand?
Yes, it is. In fact, it is a wand.
What are those purposes?
My own, in fact.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Could you? I know that I'm really sorry to interrupt. Could you say that again? I can't hear you very well.
Is this better?
Slightly.
Yes, well, I speak very softly.
I can tell.
Yes. I desire this wand for my own purposes
Well,
that are not relevant to this mission.
Listen, we've got a lot going on. No, you know what? 2,000 gold coins. Dietrich is sold. Never mind.
Okay. So she says, Aletheia O'Morin, the leader of the house, will be out in 3 days' time with her child Keshi, who has very gratefully agreed to take their mother out on the town. When
To get
that
the wand?
happens, no, on a day of leisure and partying of some kind. It does not concern me. The point is, Aletheia will be out of the manor for 6 hours, I would say.
Wait, so the
Giving you-
sun is in on it?
Keshi has agreed to have his Nexus of Power mother leave the estate for half the day.
Damn.
Okay. Okay.
They need more troubles therapy, apparently.
Well,
What's this powerful wand anyway, though? Like, why do you want it so bad?
it does not matter.
What are you gonna do with it?
I plan on adding it to my collection.
You're
Can I
not
do,
gonna
like,
hurt
a
anybody.
check on this?
Yeah,
Like-
right?
Try to see
Yeah,
if there's
yeah.
any sort of deception here.
Yeah, you can roll an insight if you'd like. Oh.
Thank you so much,
Nice.
Tyler.
Juniper is yawning from the soft speaking, by the way.
So
are
she.
are you getting ASMR from the King Beneath?
So that's a 17 on the inside. So what so you're trying to look for what, deception or
Right, like if I can tell that she's intentionally trying to avoid the topic of what she's trying to do with this wand
she
because it will cause
absolutely
some level of harm.
So she's definitely, it seems as though when asked, she actually blushes a little bit. It does not seem as though
Flirty.
she does not have a malicious gleam in her eye when she talks about the wand.
Does she have a
She's gonna
flirty
make
gleam
herself
in her eye? I'm just.
She has
Wondering.
there's no flirt in any of those dead Medusa eyes.
She's got
But she
a
blushes? Is that not this? Are those different things?
she's got plan.
So who will be
For
the
a
ultimate
wand.
owner of
We're
this
listening.
wand?
We're listening really
you
closely.
or are you planning on giving it to anybody else here?
What I do with my things is not your concern.
It's
Be
fine,
frank.
Hardtack. It's
Are you
2,000
just layering
gold.
sunglasses?
Yeah, I got 2 pairs of flirty sunglasses. What do
Wait.
you want?
And I got more. We layering.
Super flirty.
All right.
Yeah, you want to keep it going? Here, just keep the flirting coming. I'll keep it
Okay.
going. How flirty can we get?
I got.
I'll drop it. I'll drop it. We'll do it. 2,000. Sure, you can't swing any more gold. You are the king beneath, but after all.
For your silence, I will throw in another, let's say, 400 gold.
You hear how loud this one is? And he points at Diedrich. It's like, I think you might need a little more than 400 to keep this one silent.
Well,
Dietrich starts to yodel poorly. Yodel, yodel, yodel.
there is the carrot, of course, or the stick.
I prefer carrots.
Hey, yo.
2,500.
Stick for you.
Hey,
Is that not?
yo. We're literally getting you a stick, bestie.
I don't think I understand this.
2,500, and we'll go obtain this wand for whatever purposes you.
Is there a carrot that we're
Like
also
the wand.
looking for, or
2,500
Yawn.
gold. Fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. We have a
She
deal.
stands and she says, "You have 3 days to research, stake things out, collect information, anything that might be relevant. And on that 3rd day, at 10 in the morning, is when you may begin.
Wait, 6? We have 6 days?
You have 3 days.
Okay, 3 days, 6
3
hours.
days, 6 hours.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, got it.
6 hours.
Starting at 10 a.m.
Jigga's doing a little dance.
And she says, "You may want to bring in some outside help, of course.
We can't handle it on our own?
That's not for me
Hey,
to
we know
decide."
some people. We know some people.
Hey, yo, Silver Tongue!
She stands up.
That's
He's
not who
like,
I was thinking about,
Oh,
Bessie.
who were you thinking about?
So you hear from like all the way back. There's a door, and Jameson's like, "I want nothing to do with this," and just like a door slams.
Silver Tongue is a straight and narrow kind of guy.
And yeah, so the King Beneath leaves.
oh, bye.
She doesn't even say goodbye. She just gets up and leaves.
See ya. That lady scares me.
I liked that.
Juniper's half asleep.
So when the King
Jennifer
Beneath
doesn't even sleep, but she is asleep.
She's drowsy for sure.
Get drowsy.
So when
You
the
get
King
it.
Beneath leaves, Chare seems to just materialize.
I was gonna say, Char's still here? Okay, what's up, Char?
We have him for 2 months.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But he got the other guy for a year.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did he
Yeah,
put him
and-
in a crystallized thing, or did he just like snap his fingers and he was gone?
So Chare
He
is
was fucking-
currently wearing a necklace
No,
with a small
No.
crystal sphere.
not the
And
Jurian.
Creevy is
Not the
frozen inside it.
Not
It's so
Jurian,
good that
Tyler.
just
We
hear, like, occasionally we hear like a
Y'all are wild.
Raven, we like unknowingly convinced Tyler to read Akatar, and now we're paying the price because we've just given this man so many ideas. You straight
Well,
up
we
just
read it
Jurianed his
first.
ass.
So
we
I
read
read
it first.
so
so
I
we
read the
know.
series as part of a deal that I made with a friend of mine, and then it just happened to be that the two of you also have read it. But all right, this is besides the point.
Besides-
So Chare, he materializes. He's got this little creepy pendant, and he says, "Yo, that lady was kind of creepy, but you're really going in the House O'Marin?"
2,500 gold says we are. I mean, I don't know. Last time I went into a big guy's house, like it did not go over well.
Yeah, it
Also,
didn't sit right with your stomach.
is
did
he
it?
the
We all
one-
survived.
As it were.
That was a good joke. I'm sorry I talked over it on accident. That was too good.
No, it's better when you talk over it.
All right. Fair
I want my
enough.
jokes to go mostly unnoticed.
That's very Juniper and Dietrich of us, eh?
Dietrich, I think you were set up for success in this because we have 3 days to figure out what our plan. Because I don't think we'll be able to wing it in 6 hours to figure out how we get through the house. And
we
through all
kind of
these
did in the
obstacles
last
and
one. I
people.
guess that didn't go.
It
over
didn't
well.
work,
Yeah. Okay.
Dietrich. But so
I think we got really
think,
lucky last time.
yes,
I did steal
and
that teleporting thingy, and they heard all of our conversations. And
That's right. So I think we ought to take the 3 days we have and plan out as best we can. And you know who's sneaking among us? A nice sneaky little tiefling. Yes. Yes.
is it me? Is it me? Dietrich stands up at the table. I assume we're like sitting at the table in the inn or the house, and Dietrich stands up at the table and like superhero poses, and the cape of billowing is billowing behind me.
Hardtack is just head in his hand. Why? I was trying to.
I will not let you down.
He's like trying to just like gently let Diedrich know that this is something that he's going to be able to
important.
excel in, and he's just like, oh, what have I done?
I seek your approval. Yeah, I'm super down to stake out, and then Diedrich wants to fist pump a little bit and just be like stake out, and I want to gather some snacks.
Okay. So as you're
Be
rummaging through
exasperated.
the cupboard, Chare he sits. So Diedrich gets up and begins to rummage through the cupboards in the pantry and just grabbing
Yes.
snacks.
Yes.
And Chare sits
While-
in Diedrich's seat and he says, "Look, I'm gonna level with you. If you go in the House of Marin, I'm not gonna be able to help you."
Diedrich pops up over the counter with something in his mouth. Why?
So how much do you know about House of Marin? Probably not much,
why don't
right?
you fill us in?
So
you know as much as you tell us.
the head of House O'Marin, Aletheia O'Marin, She's what you call a nexus of power. She's the seventh child of a seventh child. And among elves, that's incredibly rare. As I'm sure, Juniper will be able to tell you. It's very rare that elves have 7 children, let alone, another elf having 7 more children. But what this means is she's incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. Her whole estate is warded and protected against people like creatures like me. So I can physically go in, but I will lose all of my powers.
Okay.
I won't be able to help. I won't be able to do shit, actually.
You
I'm
won't
probably
lose
gonna...
your charm, right?
Boy, yeah. Charm and Chare. That's what they call me back home. Well, what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna climb into that bag of holding, and I'm just gonna be there.
Wait, we have a bag of holding now?
Yes.
When did that
Hortak
happen?
pulls it out.
It was Mikhail's.
That's
This
right.
is Mikhail's bag. Recall?
That's right. That's right.
And he just sticks his hand in, just reaching for anything.
DJ just starting to throw.
Tyler, does he
dinner
pull
rolls?
anything out?
What? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You pull out a pencil.
I wrote in my notes, Chari can't help because he's afraid of 7s.
Nice. Okay.
Accurate.
And
Yeah. So
Hortak just throws the pencil back into the bag.
nice.
DJ
You notice
just is
the pencil's
tossing
labeled?
snacks, trying to make it
It
into
says
the bag.
property of Mikhail.
Oh,
Oh,
I
cute.
don't feel right taking this out, and puts it back.
Aw.
Nice.
So
So
it's the
yeah, so you're
pirate.
just holding the bag open. Diedrich is beer ponging
Yeah.
snacks into it.
We're never gonna find those again.
We do have other friends
I'm gonna get moldy.
that we could ask to help us.
Wait, but Chari says he wants to get in the bag of holding. Does getting in the bag of holding mean you keep your power?
No.
Oh.
No. It's basically just like so bag of holding, and this is it's an extra dimensional space. So basically, if I hop into that thing, wards won't detect me because I'll be in there. As long as I stay in there, we're good.
Can we ask you
And I don't
questions
need
and
to
stuff?
breathe, so air, doesn't matter.
You don't need to breathe?
No, I'm a fae.
Diedrich wants to poke Chari's chest. Okay.
That happens. All
So-
right.
Chari, you won't get lost in this extra dimensional space like you did at the IHOP Deluxe, will you?
No, I don't think so. Because this
I
is
don't.
a
I don't want to
finite.
have to come in there and bail you out again.
He says, "Oh, well, look. Typically, when you reach into a bag of holding with the intent of getting something specific, you'll pull that out. So just
And-
don't
but-
pull me out, I guess.
Right, but can things come out of the bag of holding on their own volition? Just curious.
Not unless it rips.
Okay.
If it rips,
What
then
would happen
everything
if it
comes out.
ripped?
Everything comes out.
Whoa.
I've
Also,
never
if you
thought about what
throw a-
happens if you rip a bag of holding.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Everything comes out at the same time. It's a mess. It's a fucking disaster. Also, don't ever put a bag of holding in a portable hole. That shit is a really bad idea.
What about a bag of holding in a
I
bag
know
of
what I
holding?
want to do.
Does it
That's
does
the
it create a black hole and destroy the world?
Well, no. It destroys the immediate area. Not a bag of holding in a bag of holding. You could put 2 bags of holding together, but a portable hole. Look, this is kind of beside the point. You don't own any of this shit, so I'm just gonna.
Where
I've
does
said
one
my
find
piece.
a portable?
Yeah, right?
It's a bad. Nah, we're done here. And
Okay.
he just crawls into the bag of holding.
Wait, who are you talking about that we know? Oh,
I don't know. who
Sexy
could be
other
flirty
episode, flirty episode.
I could.
Yeah, Raven's
whoever
twirling-
could it be? He
I forgot
definitely
about
doesn't
that.
have an accent that she enjoys.
Do we have any way
Did we-
of
yeah, I don't-
contacting the unpleasants?
They have a bagel teleport thing.
So, I believe you do have a communication stone to contact.
We do. I don't remember
Just
that.
I need some extra help. No other reason. Nothing else.
We will have
Wait,
to
one of those
likely
guys
split the
trained me how to
gold, though.
fight. I forgot which one. I think it was the human.
Yes.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure all of them would have very useful things that may be helpful in a
Raven,
a
are
little
you
secret.
in your hair a lot or something?
Yeah, everything's great.
Are
Do you have lice in them? I have a great remedy that I learned on the
Everything's
ships
great.
many years to rid lice. Do you have
I'm
lice?
just saying that they are available potentially as
Dandruff?
allies
Sound
for
like
us.
that- Sorry.
Ally. You know?
Imagining this as an anime comic where Raven is blushing and like fiddling with the hair, and everyone's like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay? What's in your?"
I've never
your dinner?"
seen you this way.
Yeah.
Is something wrong?
Well, if we were to
I like to
contact the
imagine,
Unpleasants,
just
what's
for
our
like
plan?
context, I like to imagine that because Raven has spent like 99% of her life in isolation, not around people in general, that like when she goes around, like remember when you're a kid and like you're like reaching adolescence and you start like having like butterflies
Yeah.
and like you start feeling things and you're like that's what I imagine happens around nice accent.
Raven's having a mini panic.
You know, it's just a little crush.
All right, well then we get out our communication stone, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So,
I'm just saying
so
it
you-
might help.
Hardtack's stammering over his words right now.
What's wrong with everybody?
If we contact them, what is our plan? 1, what will they be doing? 2, what are we going to be doing? And 3, how much are we paying them?
I mean, maybe they just want to hang out. We don't have to tell them about the money of what we're stealing. Maybe they'll just help with the stakeout.
That seems unethical.
Snacks?
And unlikely.
I mean, listen. The King Beneath is offering us a substantial amount of gold. We are still over half of the group that would be infiltrating. I think we can probably offer them a decent chunk of change, you know, for funsies. And also, a group like that having like detailed plans of a royal house probably won't be like not used in the future. They might want to come along. Get inside intel. But how are we
Great
gonna
idea.
know unless we ask them?
All right, let's.
Raven just starts like petting the wolf and just like, you know, I think it's just great. We should just do it. Why not? What
Wolf
could it,
okay?
what
Is
could go
everything
wrong?
alright? Is something going on? It seems like everyone's acting up. Should I? Be
Everything's
concerned?
great. I don't even worry about it. Do you want
You
to get a
feeling
bagel?
well?
You can go get a bagel. if you
You-
want.
you hear the flap, flap, flap of the tail hitting the floor like
Of what?
of
Hey, yo.
You know.
the wolf. Oh my god. So
Go ahead. It's fine. I'm there.
So-
Over there. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's,
I'm listening.
you press. Someone takes out the communication stone that you got. I'm assuming it was probably Raven. who
Yeah.
Got it. So Raven takes out the communication stone, and it's a little round thing. Kind of looks like this. It's a little stone with a little rune, and you press on the rune, and it glows. And you hear this fuzzy, like a little bit of static at first, but then you hear hello.
hey, bestie.
Raven. That mod
Hi.
is not going to work.
Are you trying to use like a lo-fi voice
No,
mod?
I was trying to use like there. There we go. Okay, good. Oi, Raven, is that you?
Yep. Hi.
Hi.
What
Hi,
what what are you up to? What are you doing?
what? Well, we're traveling right now, but we're on our way back. We're actually on our way to Sunhome.
That's wonderful. How's it going? How would your trip go?
Well, it wasn't bad. We had, and you hear behind you this like ah. Well, Mel
Should
took.
about time. Should I let you go? I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, it's alright. Mel took a bob to the. Oh no, you're right. You don't hear them. Okay, hold on.
Wait, really quick question, clarification. Are we all hearing this? Like, is this like
Yeah.
speakerphone?
Yeah.
There it is.
There's
Also
the
we hear
mod.
it. Okay, I'm just listening.
Yeah, look, Mel took a bob to the leg So she's been a bit ornery, but we're on our way. We should be there actually by the end of the day.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hi,
Hey.
Mel.
Just wondering, would you could you be interested in accompanying us on a little trip?
You got it.
Well, the trip.
Cut, and you hear this like.
Why don't you
Is this
just
job? Are you offering job to us?
yeah, why don't you
And
just
then-
get here? Why don't you come to Sunhome? I think our connection's a little foggy. Why don't you just come to Sunhome? We can hang out by a fire, have a drink or two. We can just hang out a little bit, and I can tell you about this job. We can tell you about this job if you might be interested in. That's
So-
the only reason I'm asking. I'm only calling for that reason. I wouldn't be calling for anything
Any
else
other.
at all.
So once more,
Why
you
not?
hear this like.
Don't take my fucking communication stuff, mate. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll be. But are you not in the same building? Should I
We
meet you
actually
in the
have
guest room?
quarters. If you want to come to
We'll
where
meet
that
you
we
at the
have,
bar. We'll meet you at the pub.
we'll meet you at the pub, at the bar.
Where's
But
that
I'll be the
bar?
one with
In
the
free
wolf.
market. In free market.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
free
in free
market.
market. Yeah, yeah.
I'll have a wolf. That'll be me.
They know who we are. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll
Is
keep
something
an eye on
wrong?
it. Yeah, alright.
I just,
I'll
you
do
might have
that.
forgotten what I looked like. I was just saying that I'm not sure. Maybe you forgot what
Is
I looked
he
like.
okay? Should we be worried?
So you hear another cry behind you.
It's alright. I'll be right there. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll see you soon. I'll see you real soon.
Okay,
End of the
bye.
day. Alright, bye.
I'll see you soon.
And there's a click, and the rune stops glowing.
That was fucking adorable. That was so
I think we're
good.
gonna get him to come.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
definitely
right.
gonna come.
Are you feeling
All right.
okay? Have you had
Yeah,
enough
I'm,
water
I'm
today?
great. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go for a little walk.
I have to.
Raven
I have
runs
to
out of
get
the
that.
room.
Sorry. All right.
So you get through the day.
Barely. Just
Let's go to the
Is it
bar.
nighttime now? If you know
yeah,
what I mean.
it's nighttime.
Hey yo.
Well, we flash forward several hours to the pub,
Let's go.
and you're all sitting there, and the door opens. It seems like a slower night, and I'm gonna say that this pub is this the same one that you went to where you met
Yeah.
Cornelius?
I think it's the only one we
Yes.
know about. But
Cornelius
yeah.
Evenkiel.
Yeah. So this place is fuck. What was the
It was somewhere in Free Market.
like
I
the
don't know if we
salty
ever heard a
spittoon? No, it's
name.
Fun
I don't know that we heard a name for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can check.
that's fine. So you get to the pub, and in walks Harkin, Lysander, and Mel.
Are you okay?
They will.
Should I be looking for some medicine or something? It seems like everyone's acting up.
I'm
Is
great.
everyone all right?
Are you okay? Do you want a bagel? We can go
Always.
get you. You can
Sure,
take my wolf.
but-
You can go get a bagel. I'll just stay here if you'd like.
No,
So-
besties. What if I leave and go get a bagel?
It would be fine if you wanted to go do that. I'm good. We can just like talk the details
You think everyone
about.
needs a bagel? Is
Did-
that
did
what's wrong
Yeah,
with
yeah,
everyone
I think
today?
you should
Okay,
go
Dee-
get us some
yeah, yeah.
bagels. I think-
Diedrich walks over to Hardtack and Juniper and grabs Hardtack's arm and says, I think Raven needs bagels. We should all go get bagels for Raven. So we're gonna go get some bagels. Come on, Juniper. And like Diedrich is like turning Juniper
That
around towards the
seems like-
door.
So at this
Uh,
point, the Unpleasants have reached the table, and they're just like they're still standing, just watching all of this.
Diedrich also waves to Mel and like not Lysander. What Lysander's the one with the accent, the elf, the bow, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So what's the other guy's name? Not Mel.
Harkin.
Harkin. I'm sorry, I forgot his name.
Wizard? Yeah.
So, Diedrich is like winking at Mel and I already forgot his name.
Harkin?
Harkin. Sorry, I keep wanting to call him Hardtack, and it's like waving him over to like come with us, so that Raven and Lysander are just sitting at the table together.
So Harkin.
Our group is the top tier of subtlety. We're really
I know, we're really good at that.
we're really good at that.
So Harkin.
I like that. I like to
gives you
think
a
that
weird
Juniper, but like as we're walking out, Juniper's like, Raven, don't worry, we're gonna get you some bagels. I don't know what the deal is, but I do think that's a really good idea. I think bagels will fix everything. Drink some water.
Thank you.
though.
I'm
Diedrich is
so
pushing
hungry.
Jennifer
I
out the door.
appreciate it a lot.
So Diedrich and Juniper are leaving,
And Hardtack, I guess,
And
if he comes with me.
Hardtack?
If he comes with me, I don't know.
and
it's
the
something hard.
Unpleasants.
Hardtack.
Except
Well,
everyone
not
all the
except
unpleasant-
Lysander.
All the unpleasant.
Everyone
stuff.
Before-
except
Come on.
Lysander.
Before any of this has happened, Hardtack has been at the bar, gambling with people, betting them that he can drink more than them the
Oh, we
entire
should leave
time.
Hardtack here.
Okay, we'll leave
With
Hardtack here.
his tankard of sobriety and trying to, hustle people while also keeping an eye on what's going on.
Yeah, let's leave Hardtack here, and on the way out, say, hey, just keep an eye out. We're gonna get some bagels. Everyone seems not okay.
Okay. So I will say that Hardtack, when you bet that you can drink more than them, they insist on using the house mugs.
Ah.
So you can
You
you
still
can
might
continue
win.
you can continue to try and outdrink them if you want.
Do it.
Hardtack drunk episode.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, fine. Roll me con save.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, let's
okay,
go.
Wow. Another 17. Yeah. So I'm gonna say you win a gold piece.
Perfect. That honestly, I needed that because I've had 149 gold pieces this entire time, and it's been driving me up a fucking wall.
It's perfect.
Because I had to pay like 1 silver piece to
Wait,
someone, so now
on
I have
our
like
way
9
out-
silver pieces, 9.
Yeah.
the
On our
others.
way out, can we stop at Hardtack for some money? Because I don't have any.
I have money, Juniper. It's fine. I have money. Let's go.
Can we ask
I have
one
gold.
piece of gold? I'm just wondering. Okay, I would like Juniper, who doesn't
I will give you 9
understand...
silver pieces.
No. I would like Juniper, who does not understand money, to ask for specifically one
One.
gold piece. That should cover it, right?
How much is a banana? $20?
Exactly.
$10? Yeah. So
Did we successfully get Mel and Hardick? I already forgot his name.
Harkin.
It's Harkin.
Harkin, my
It's
God.
I'm sorry. And Harkin
David
away from the
is-
table.
I think that Diedrich should canonically
Not know his
remember
name. Yeah. Okay. I'll call him a bunch of different stuff. Perfect. Okay.
I know this is
So-
terrible, but Tyler, can I roll to gaslight? To be like, no, you don't need a gold piece. You just need this silver
I
piece.
want one gold piece.
Gaslight?
I won't be
you
leaving
get to
without a
say
gold
it,
piece.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I was like, no.
What do I have to
think-
roll to fight?
I think 9 silver pieces should get us enough bagels. Yeah.
Oh, I'll take 9 silver pieces and a gold piece. I think
No,
that's a
you
good
don't need
idea.
that gold piece. You just need the silver pieces.
I'll take the gold piece.
I don't have any to give you, unfortunately.
I don't think that's true.
Hey, Hannah. Come here. We're going on a work. Come here. Hannah. And like
Oh.
is waving to Harkin.
One of the barmaids looks up. She's like, "That's not my name."
Not you. Hendrix, come here.
One of the bartenders is like,
Stop it! Where are you?
I'm working.
yeah. He's like, "Oh, working." So Harkin, he just like, he says, "You wanted to meet in bar, but now we're leaving bar. This makes no sense."
We're gonna go get snacks and we'll come back.
Wait, I like the idea here to resolve our money issue. If you just put money in Juniper's hand, she's going to think that you gave her what she asked for. I want to
yes,
clarify
incredible.
that.
Perfect.
You tell
Okay,
me.
Juniper, yes,
logically
exactly
what I have.
1 gold. What's the one between silver and gold?
Well, there's
Nothing.
copper, but there's
That's
nothing
below
between silver. and gold.
silver.
Yeah, there's copper,
And then
silver, and gold.
There's copper, silver, gold, platinum, and we're not using electrum.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then I put just like Tyler, is 1 silver piece enough to buy bagels?
It's enough to buy like a bagel, probably.
Bagel.
Yeah.
How many Juniper? How many bagels are we trying to get here?
I mean, probably. I mean, have you seen Raven? Raven needs at least 3. I'll probably eat at least
Okay,
one.
Hardtack just
2.
takes the 9 silver pieces and throws them into Juniper's hand.
And this is a gold piece?
Yes.
Great,
What
thank
is-
you.
There
why
are
we
9.
here?
There.
Are we here for
You
business?
have to have 9 of these, and this is 1 gold piece.
Perfect. That's good. That makes perfect sense to me.
Who taught you math?
Hamlin, don't worry about it. Hamlin, we gotta go get bagels. Come on, she
Hamlin.
obviously she needs help. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. we gotta go with her. Come on.
Okay. All right, Mel, Lysander, we go.
No,
And-
Lysander, you stay. Get us drinks for when we come back. All right, let's go.
So Mel's like, actually, my leg is still hurting from the barb. I think I'm gonna stay too. And Harpin is like, what is happening? We've and he says, fine. I go, you stay, we go. And he storms out of the building, and Mel sits on a bar stool next
Oh.
to Juniper. No, next
No,
to
I think Juniper's gonna follow Harkin
Yeah,
and say,
I'm
"What was that
staying.
you said about math?"
he
Oh,
starts
God.
explaining.
Juniper's gonna come back and like call out Hardtack
Yeah.
for not mathing.
There
Diedrich
it
goes.
is, the
Diedrich
deep-
goes with Harkin and Juniper.
How much?
Okay.
How much time do you think we have? Do you think we have enough time for Juniper to learn math? Just wondering. Math.
So we
The entire subject of math.
Concept.
Yeah.
So we'll start in the bar where we just hear. So we hear as the door closes, we hear, okay, so let us start with probabilities, and then boom, the door stops. Mel sitting next to Hardtack. I don't actually think the two of you have ever spoken to each other. So she
Mel's cool.
She just
Mel taught me how
kinda-
to fight.
she just very awkwardly, just kind of like, just like kind of drumming the table with her fingers, and she's like, "Yep." And then we pan to Lysander, who sits down. So you notice that Raven, you're sitting in a chair. There's a bunch of chairs all around the circular table. He sits next to you, and
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he
does.
says,
Yeah, he does.
so he gives your wolf a scratch behind the ears, and
The wolf's leg.
Tyler, just wondering, how does a woman propose in a game? Just, I'm okay. Sorry.
This is going
the
very
festival.
quickly.
Wolf, understand.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Right.
This is
Yep,
jealous.
so
My answer is yes.
so
Sorry.
he
Oh,
says,
you weren't trying to propose to Bella? My bad.
Always.
So Lysander, he notices your. I think, yeah.
I
you
think I have
got
a scar now
scar.
that I didn't
Yeah,
have
you got-
before.
I think you
Oh,
got
like
the
on
scar.
your chin too. It's like
It's
right
You got the
high.
scar.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
yeah, like
you got. I think
I
you
got
got
a
the scar after
oh,
you saw
oh.
them last, because you got
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
scar in
saying.
the
No.
warehouse, right?
No, cause no.
Ye-
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause
The
I got
scar
that
is
one.
Yeah,
new.
and then-
Yeah.
No, but then you
scars
saw
since
them
we have seen
after the
them.
warehouse.
I don't
You
think
saw
that's
them-
true. Cause we saw them the
I'm-
last time we saw them was the
We saw them twice,
nest.
though.
The last.
No, we saw them after the nest.
Yeah, you saw them for a mission
oh,
afterward.
That's
that was
right.
the start of this season, which
That's
happened
right.
after the warehouse.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Um,
Thank you for the
Well, but maybe
That's
the scar
okay.
is less fresh.
Well, he says, he looks you in the eyes for a long moment, and he says, you seem sad. Are you alright?"
Sorry. Me, Ariel is having a hard time.
You set this up. You set this up.
Okay.
You were excited to do this, and now that it's happening, whew.
Can you repeat what you said? Tyler?
Couldn't hear through the accent.
I like to think that Raven says that.
Yeah, certainly.
Can you say
I
it again?
said, so he says, I just noticed that you seem a bit sad. I was
A lot's
wondering if you're alright.
Sorry. I had it, and then I interrupted you, and it was gone. A lot's happened since we last saw you.
Yeah, well, I hope you're alright. I was I was hoping at some point to maybe to not meet in a pub, but well, I guess we'll get there. Harkin was saying that he wants quite a bit of coin, depending on what this job is.
I think we can organize that. I think we have enough coin.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm glad you
Risa is-
came.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's good to see you, Raven. And he pulls out he reaches into his quiver
Mm-hmm.
and he pulls out an arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's made of this like dark red wood.
Yep. Describe.
So it's the arrow. So the wood is dark red. It seems to have little elvish runes carved into it, and the arrow is made of some kind of stone that seems like it's been whittled down, very, very, very sharp. And the feathers are a mix of these like teal and blue and red and green. It seems like a bunch of feathers. And he says, I made this for you. And he just kind of puts it on the table next to you, and he looks down for a bit. And from here we cut to
Thank God for the break. Jesus.
So we then we pan to Mel and Hardtack, and Mel's like, you gonna drink that?
I was planning on, but I can buy you whatever you want. Like, what do you drink?
So she says, they have any grog back there?
Oh my
Hardtack's eyes
God.
lighten up. He's, grog? You enjoy grog?
She says, well, yeah, I mean, it came from...
Before she
came from
finishes,
my
Hardtack,
father.
4 grogs, please! Barmaid, 4 grogs!
So that barmaid from before, she's like, okay! And she goes over and begins to get it. We cut from here to Diedrich and Juniper and Harkin, who
Hell yeah.
are walking through the...
What a crew.
Yeah, you're
I'm learning
walking
math.
through the wards, and Harkin... Yeah, we fade in on Harkin saying, and so a lot of researchers, wizards, believe that algorithm is important. However, I believe that gestures very important. In summary, 9 silver is not 1 gold.
Okay.
It is 1 short of gold.
One short. Okay.
Diedrich
9
is
plus
So-
one
Diedrich is secretly
one. I got
trying
it.
to take in this information behind Juniper, but like it's like
So Diedrich, yeah. So I'm like, you're just kind of trailing behind the two
Yeah.
of them, and you notice that Harkin has been essentially just describing like string theory, but for magic, and like because he at first Juniper was like, all right, so wait, so I got 9 silver pieces. Is that 1 gold? And Harkin, he started to talk about it, and then he made like a hard right turn and started talking about magic.
Just wondering, how much of this can Juniper retain?
None. There's 0
None?
amount,
Okay.
except for the last sentence where he was
Gotcha.
like, 9 silver is not 1 gold. You need 1 more silver piece.
One more. Okay.
And so you get, at this point, you get to the bakery. You get
is
to
Alfredo
Heroes.
home?
Tyler, you can't keep making these characters
And then
that
not
we love,
Yeah.
because then we're going
Gotta-
to ask
gotta
for them to
make
come
you-
back. I
yeah.
understand you have a storyline that you want us to follow, and then you introduce a character with a hot accent, and I want him all the time, and you introduce a opera singing
Baker.
gem of a man, and
I
we're gonna
do-
want him back too.
So let's not forget about the best bagels.
The best
I've
bagels
ever
on
had.
this
Best
island of
bagels.
Mississippi. Just come on.
Listen, I am actually very, very into Alfredo. Like opera singing, I imagine him as like a big dude. You know what I mean?
Whole lots of
Tiny
love,
wife,
you know.
big dude. He wears
Yeah.
like an apron and like
So-
pasta.
scruff.
So
yeah.
in my mind, you know,
Yeah.
Sig Curtis from Full Metal Alchemist, he's the
Yes.
husband of their teacher.
Yes.
The big, yeah, that's
Yes.
what I imagine Alfredo is.
Yes, perfect.
But like with a bigger beard.
Perfect.
And so but he is not there. today. He doesn't seem to be behind the counter.
You liar! Okay, bet.
And he was a charity character. He was a charity stream character. I'm not.
Whoa,
That
whoa,
you
whoa.
expect us
So-
to
so
not
just
love and want
because-
to see again?
How
Yeah.
dare you take
Also, let's
Alfredo away
clarify.
from us?
You introduced the character for charity, and then now
Took
that
him
we're not
away?
raising money for charity, you said, "Fuck that."
He
you hear yourself?
I heard Tyler exactly say "fuck charity." Actually, I think that's what I heard.
I heard that
of-
too.
He drinks piss and hates
Tyler,
charity.
Wranglers.
I regret nothing.
So he. Oh my god. So Vera. So you open the door. You walk in, and Vera is covered in flour. And Brian is once more sitting in the corner, doodling. He's just drawing with it, like holding a crayon like this, and just like, drawing on a piece of paper. And Vera looks up. She says, "Juniper, come on in. Good to see ya. And
Hello.
you brought a new friend. Who's your friend?
This is Hamlin.
Hamlin. Okay, nice to meet you,
it's
Hamlin."
not.
He's like, "This is not my name. No. Why are we here? It smells very nice in here. What is this?"
You're gonna love it, Harkin. It's great. These are the best bagels I think that have ever existed ever. Bagels, please. I've got a friend who's in a bad shape, and we urgently need bagels.
So Vera, she says, "Okay, how about a baker's dozen for the bagels?"
What was the Baker's
Now,
dozen in
Vera-
this universe again?
In this
15.
universe, baker's dozen is 15.
15.
Yeah.
I need to talk. I recently learned about math, and I've got some money, but I don't know how many bagels it'll get me, and I want to make sure that I'm being respectful of your time and effort. So, what's the cost?
So she says, "So normally I do a single silver piece for a bagel with schmear on it, but I do a bundle. So, but that's if you don't want any schmear, if you just want the bagels themselves, I could do a baker's dozen for 7 silver pieces."
Okay, how much schmear can we get if I have 9 silver pieces? Because that's how many I have.
Wow. Okay, I can get you a decent sized schmear. It won't be enough for
Perfect.
all the bagels, depending on how much schmear you like. I know some people like a thin layer, some people like it like overflowing. I don't understand that, but some
That seems
people.
excessive. The bagel's the
Yeah,
star
I
of the show.
think so. Exactly. Right. It's not. You're not just. All right. Anyway.
Deidre,
Yeah, I can
Deidre
get
comes
you-
over. Deidre comes over and is like rolling a silver piece in his fingers. How
Nice,
about
okay.
10 silver pieces?
Which is that's the same as 1 gold piece.
It is. Juniper learned that today.
Harkin is like, very good, Juniper, very good.
Deidre gives Juniper the last gold piece or the silver piece.
Hello, I
Or-
now have 10 silver.
So she says, "Oh, well, yeah, I can get you 2 schmears if you'd like. That seems good."
That sounds
And
perfect.
and she runs back behind the flings the curtain, and she comes back with a small tray with it's some kind of pastry, and you notice it's incredibly thin, paper thin layers of crispy dough, all layered on top of
Love
each other.
dough.
There seems to be honey dripping from the sides.
Ooh, I
and
love honey.
These crushed cashews and pistachios sprinkled on top.
I
Did you
heard someone
say
really likes cashews in this.
I really
and-
do. Actually, any type of nut from a tree.
Yeah.
But anyways,
It's pretty
I
good.
thought Testy was
So-
frozen for a second because he was like this or like 10
Just
seconds.
fine.
I
This is fun to
I
watch.
checked
loves
Discord,
pastries. Who doesn't?
Testy. I like
Just
was like,
loves
is
pastries.
Testy frozen?
Yeah.
So
I'm good.
so she says, "I don't have a name for this yet, but I wanted to give this to you to try."
I love trying. Yes, thank you. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So So that this happens.
Smitten
get
by
your
pastries.
Brian actually comes up to you, Juniper, when you come in, and he gives you a little hug.
Juniper hugs back
Okay.
and then does a high five.
Oh, wait, I want to high five him too. Does Deidre
Yeah,
get
he-
rejected from the high five?
No. You hold up your hand, and then Diedrich holds up his hand, and he's like, and he fives both of you.
Yes. Epic.
Harkin, he
God, I love
says,
Vera.
Double five, baby.
he says
Sorry.
to you, Juniper, is like, "So 2 high fives, this means you get a high. Two
Gold.
fives. Two fives. You put them together, and
Yes.
now this
2.
becomes
Diedrich is
No.
counting his fingers.
okay.
I
And
don't
you-
think I got the 9 and the 1. That I can do. I'm not sure what 5 is.
Oh well, and then he begins explaining string theory as you leave. And so we cut back to the
Oh,
bar,
God.
back to the pub, with just more. So Lysander's presented you with this arrow, and he says, "Oh,
I'm inspecting it at the bar, like fully, just like I'm listening to him talk, but I'm like,
yeah." He's telling you all about where he got it and the wood and all of that, and
I wish I had an actual arrow. So you test straightness by like, you flick the arrow on your finger and you see if it like
We
how
need to
if it
send you
wobbles.
some
Yeah, you do.
arrows, Bessie.
so as this is happening, eventually, the door opens again. In walks Harkin, Diedrich, and Juniper, and the now 7 of you sit down at the table.
I'm still sitting next to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
Hardtack is sitting next to Mel, having been enthralled in a conversation about grog and the origins
Yeah.
of grog and
Yeah.
where it came from and why
Yeah.
we both love it so much.
So you learn, Hardtack, that Mel. So at the bar, she was saying, my father was a bit of a seafarer himself. So that's
what was his name?
Oh, I don't know if you've heard of him.
What if she says hardtack? What if she fucking says Admiral Hardtack? I'm sorry.
She
Whoa.
says,
Yikes.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever. He was a small-time captain, Johnny Buckets.
Johnny Bucket.
Johnny Buckets?
No, because Diedrich has a friend whose name is Johnny. Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets?
Yeah.
Not
does
to
he-
use
Jimmy
Bucket.
Bucket?
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
No,
No,
does
it's
he
canon.
also-
It's canon,
Yeah.
Tyler.
does
That's
he
it.
operate a
Jimmy
chain of restaurants
Yeah.
in tropical places?
Ah!
Because I've been to almost
over.
every one of them. I love it.
Do you have
I
a
love
signature
your place
drink?
there.
I'm just wondering.
Well, his
Yeah,
ship
it's-
was
it's-
called
No, it's
the
Jimmy Buckets
Margaritaville.
Grogville.
Grog.
It's not
yeah,
Mark. No,
his ship was
Jimmy,
called the
Jimmy
Grogville.
Buckets Grogville. Yes.
Yeah. So you
Wow.
have heard of him? That's incredible.
I've met him a couple of times whenever I visited
You
his
met
restaurants.
my dad? How
Yes.
old are you?
I'm
You're so old.
I'm old.
I'm old.
I'm pretty old, but hey,
Good quote.
he like kind of tries to like show his arm muscle. He's like, but I've still got it. And he takes a swig of grog. It's like, wow, Jimmy Buckets. No way.
Jimmy
Oh.
Buckets.
Oh my god.
I
So
appreciate that reference was organic and not on purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
that was pretty great. Yeah. So at that, you sit down at the table, you're drinking your grog, and Harkin says, "Okay, can we finally talk about job? We got bagels. You got
Almost.
drinks.
You haven't eaten a bagel yet, and I think that that's pretty important because I really
Oh
do
my
think
God.
it'll improve your mood, Harkin.
Juniper.
So, okay.
Juniper's right,
Here are all
Henry.
the
You gotta
different-
eat a bagel.
You've got to eat a bagel. Can Juniper go through the different like flavors and like Juniper's favorite? Talk
Elevator
about the
pitch.
smear spreading tactics. All of
Juniper's
that.
equivalent of talking through string theory, but it's all
Exactly.
about
But it's
bagels.
bagels.
And at
yeah.
the end,
bagel
you
theory."
get a bagel.
So
theory.
so yeah.
Juniper,
So
is
I'm
this
gonna
how
say
you turn
another
into, like putting
6 or
everything on a
7
bagel?
minutes. Another 6 or 7 minutes go by, and Harkin is just like, you can see like veins pulsing in the side of his head, and to quote Akatar, a muscle pronounces in his jaw as he clenches it, and at the end
Like
he
they
just
do.
like takes a bagel and has a bite, and he's like, "It's very good," and he puts it down. He's like, "Now we talk about job."
Okay,
He
but
says,
you gotta
"What is
finish that
job?"
bagel because we don't waste food around here. Anyways, while we're talking, can Juniper fix up a bagel for Raven? Actually, 2.
Okay.
I think
so
like during
yeah.
that time, like because everybody's around, I think Raven would have like as subtly as possible, like as subtly as humanly possible, get like inches just like a little bit closer and just like almost like we're like talking about the arrow, me and my man's, because I call him
You're what now?
Sander. You don't call him Sander, but
No,
I
we
call
do not call him Sander.
I understand. I call him Sander, so my man's over here.
Why not
We're
lie?
like I'm like leaning forward because it's like loud. It's getting louder. So like Raven has
Yeah.
an excuse to be like, "Huh," and like,
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just
so,
want to. I wanted to paint that picture.
I would like
Yeah.
Juniper to interrupt and deliver bagels at some point in the night and specifically say, "Hey, you seem kind of off tonight. I'm hoping that these bagels will help."
Juniper goes to sit in between Lysander and
Yeah,
Raven to give
delivers
bagels.
the bagels
Yeah.
from between them.
Right.
Absolutely,
Right.
1000%. Yes.
Anyway,
Okay.
Anyways,
So yeah, this all
when
happened.
convenient.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, as Juniper is just going around putting bagels on people's plates, and Harkin looks at you, Hardtack. He says, "What is job?"
Okay, Arkin. Well,
Arkin's my favorite.
we've been, we need to retrieve something from a high house here in Sunhome. House Omarin, I believe. Do you know much about House Omarin?
So he's like, you want to steal from, and he opens his spell book and he just says something, and the sound around the table becomes muted.
Nice.
And Harkin has cast silence in a bubble around the table.
So
And
no
he
one can
says-
hear us?
No one can hear you. And he says, "You wish to steal from House Omarin? This is bad. This is bad job. What
We have it in.
do you know?
The sun
You have it?
we have an in. We have an in. Don't worry. Like we've got it kind of
How could you steal from House Omarin? Elythia is very powerful.
She's not going to be
And-
there.
Yes.
Really?
We
our
have it
whole
on
plan.
good authority that we have a 6-hour window in just about 3 days where she will not be at the house. So we have a 6-hour window to go in and try to retrieve said object. But we also have 3 days to prepare.
Well, I do enjoy preparing for things. I do
You seem
enjoy
quite
research.
studious, yes.
Yes, I have many books back home.
Do you
Many
happen to have any
leather-bound
books
books.
on string theory? I've always wondered about
My
that.
god.
he, so he says, "I will. I have I have much to talk about on this
Oh,
subject.
wonderful. That's
However,
perfect.
I
Diedrich
am
is
more
also
interested in
convinced
getting
that if anyone talks about math, they're talking about string theory now. Like, like Diedrich is convinced. Like, if
just
someone's like,
correlation,
math,
like,
that is
I'm gonna be
math,
like,
yeah.
oh
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
string theory, right? Yeah.
So Harkin, he says, we will need to stake out, find out guard shifts. We must find out. Do you have map of the place? Do you know
We
where
have a
what it is
crude
we are
map
getting?
of-
How heavily defended it is?
We have a
Kinda.
pretty crude map of certain spots and where things are and certain places to look out for in the house, but definitely not enough, right? And that's why we need to stake it out for a few days to know what sort of.
We've got
schedule
3
we're up
days
against.
to get all the information that we need, and I am a sneaky bone boy.
So Harkin like gives you a nod, Diedrich, and he says, "I suggest we split into groups, split into teams. We can cover more ground this way, research more things, and find out more information. Perhaps there is yes, perhaps there are challenges that only specific members of us will be best at."
What are
I
you
would
best
gather
at?
to say that like the long range people should probably stick together. Don't you think? And
Artak says, "Absolutely, let me come along."
Oh
And,
god.
like, kind of shoots his
That's-
finger guns a little bit with Eldritch Blast.
That is not.
Don't we think maybe a bit of variety is important?
Diedrich swoops in and hardtech, but we got horns. We got to stick together.
So
I'm not very.
No, you're too
sneaky.
drunk.
Yeah, the
You're
horny
too
people
drunk.
should stick together.
God.
So Harkin, he says, "Here is what I suggest."
Yes, Arkin.
And he looks at the slip of paper that you had. I'm assuming you show him the slip of paper that you
Yes.
got from the cave
Yes.
beneath. So he's looking at it and he's turning it upside down and backwards. And he says, "From what I am seeing, there are 4 layers of security here. There are the guards guarding the outside of the building, and of course, getting in will be difficult. We will need to figure out where this vault is, and also figure out how to get by defenses of vault. So, I suggest we have team go scout outside of base. We have team figure out how to slip past guards. We have other team figure out layout of inside of vault. Find out how to do this.
How do we get
And then-
inside the vault? I mean, that's the whole heist.
Of course, this is where fourth team comes in, and he looks at Mel and Diedrich. He says, "Here are my suggestions. Mel, Diedrich, team 4. You will work on lock, pick, and opening. There are many blacksmiths here that will have lock, perhaps that is similar to vault. If Diedrich cannot open, Mel will break. You must both practice on this and figure out how to do silently. I assume that Bone Boy is best at this." He says, "Next team, Lysander and Raven. You shall scout outside. Make sure that there is good opening for us to come in." He says, "I will go with Hardtack. The two of us will analyze magics, wards, blocking the house. Perhaps there are different things that must be retrieved." And then he looks at Juniper and he's like, "I have nothing for you. You do whatever you want."
Wait.
My favorite dog.
But Juniper can turn into literally any animal. Like, they're just as sneaky as
Oh,
us.
Did you know that?
He says, "What?
Yeah, I
Turn into
Literally.
animals?"
Literally.
I've
Oh,
seen her
yeah.
become a badger. I've seen her become a shark.
He
I've seen
says,
her become a super badger.
"Can you fly?"
That is a really good question. I think that I can't imagine that being useful or important currently. So, next question, please.
So Harkin, he starts munching on the bagel, and he says, "Okay,
Good bagel, right? It's pretty tasty.
this is good bagel. Fine, this is good bagel." And he stands up. He says, "We will go back to our quarters. I suggest we begin as soon as possible."
Quick question for you, Harkin. What would you request as payment for such a job like this to be involved? Knowing that we're involved as well, but you know, what kind of funds are you looking for?
So he says, "Well, that will depend on the security upon our reconnaissance. However, I would say as a baseline, to rob a high house and not get caught and not be subsequently banished or executed or sent into jail,
Yeah,
I
those are
would
all bad
say
things.
I would say at least 400 gold per
Ah.
per
He
each
just
of us."
starts laughing. I hope someone stops me.
Can I like kick Diedrich under the table? I'm
Ow.
enamored over here. I'm just like in my own world, but I like the laughing is what like cuts me out, and I'm like I just fucking kick her. Like him. Sorry.
Yeah, so you kick Diedrich.
Ah, damn it.
So you're saying 1,200 gold for the three of you, is
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
This
Well.
is what I would like.
Okay. Well,
I thought
you
he
know,
meant
let's-
400 total. I was like, oh
Oh.
god, easy.
Obviously,
Okay,
math not.
Yeah.
See it.
To be
I
fair.
think that might be doable. Well, let's talk specifics. You know, after we're both of you're out of your bagel mind. I'm out of my grog mind. It's okay.
Not the grog mind.
We'll talk
Um,
more about it tomorrow
yeah.
we investigate the magic together. Yes.
Yeah. So as you get up, you all begin to leave, and Hardtack, you're the last to go, I'm gonna say. And as you turn to leave, Squiffy lands on your shoulder. You feel the weight, he's invisible, and slides something into your pocket. And it's a note, and it says, "Meet me at the docks at midnight, Cornelius."
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Okay, Tyler.
Damn, Okay,
Hardtack walked back
Tyler.
to the bar to get his tankard of sobriety and said, "Water, please. Water. Please fill this up with water
Please,
as many
please.
times as you can." He's
Please,
just,
God.
like, downing water, trying to unsober himself.
All
Or
right.
re-sober
What a
himself.
classic Tyler move, though.
Yeah.
Am I right? Like,
Yeah.
we're sidetracked with flirting and bagels and
Math.
money and haggling, and, Tyler just swoops in with a meet me at the docks,
Yeah.
bitch.
It's
Flirty.
Oh my God.
Uh,
So we open up, and on one of the buildings in the actually you don't need these art anymore. In the
No, we
arcane,
know what they look like, though.
in the Arcane Ward, we open up atop one of the buildings, where Raven and Lysander have climbed to the top and are currently surveying the area.
Mhm.
And we see that the guards are doing their shifts, and as you're atop this roof, Lysander, he come on, I have it here. Okay, Lysander, he looks at you, Raven, and he says, "I'd like to teach you some advanced ranger techniques, if you'll have me."
is that what the kids are calling them these days?
What makes you think I don't already know them?
So he he takes out from his pack, not his
Mhm.
quiver. He takes out these set of 10 or 20 arrows. You notice
Mhm.
that they're blunted. There's no
Okay.
sharp at the end.
Yeah.
And he hands you half of them, and he says, "I don't know, want to find out?" And
Ooh, that's
he
hot
doesn't even
as
wait for your
fuck.
response. He
Uh-huh,
turns
uh-huh.
around and he walks to the other side of the building,
Okay.
the other side of the roof, and he
Mhm.
knocks an arrow, and he says, "Think fast," and he shoots you, shoots at you. Raven, would you remind me what your armor class is?
14.
All right, so yeah, so he clips you in the shoulder where you're armored, and
Uh-huh.
and as you're looking at it, you feel a second thud in your other shoulder, where it seems as though he's fired 2 arrows in very quick succession, in a manner that you weren't aware that was even possible, and he raises his communication stone that you have the other one on, and he presses it, and you can hear his voice coming through the stone, and he says, "I've seen you in combat, fighting. You shine when you protect your comrades, your family." And he says, "You know your green sight, how you cast your spells. We can't, as rangers, we can't activate it as long as a druid can, for example. But if you tune out all your distractions, channel your green sight into your weapon, you should be able to fire faster." And he puts a stone in his pocket, and he's holding his bow in his hand, and he just holds his hands open. And he gives you an up nod.
An up nod.
Yeah, it's
Up
like
nod.
it's one of these.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know the one. Yep. Do I need to say?
No, well, so he as if to say your turn.
Right. I
And
understand.
so yeah, so
Mhm.
you knock your arrows,
Mhm.
and you channel out all of your distractions, and
Well,
you
he's
think
in front of
about
me, so.
everything except for him.
Uh-huh.
And he actually he has his communication stone, and he's talking to you as you're lining up the shot, and he says, "Don't think about anything else. Up here's just you and me."
Uh-huh.
And you fire the first arrow, and as you release the string, you channel your green sight as intensely as you can, focusing directly on him, and your hand moves in a blur as you take a second arrow and fire it just behind the first one. And they both strike him in the chest.
Yeah, because my aim is fucking perfect. Sorry.
Yeah, and he says through the stone, "Oh, good, very good, very good." And he says, he walks up to you, and his hand grazes your cheek, and he says, "I want to teach you a spell that's been passed down through my family."
Uh-huh.
And he begins to teach you the spike growth spell.
Hell yeah.
And he's saying
Is that what the
because
kids are calling it?
Hey,
these
yo.
days?
You could feel the spike growing.
Oh my god.
oh my god. And so
You did this, Tyler.
That's
This
what,
is you.
that's what
this,
he's about
Tyler.
to be saying, you know?
yeah, it was my fault, I guess.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
And so Raven,
Uh-huh.
you are a level 5 ranger.
Yeah.
Now, what does this mean? This means that you have learned the spell Spike Growth,
Uh-huh.
Hey, yo.
and it
Yes.
also means that you gain second attack.
Hell yeah,
Sick.
Nice.
When you take the attack action on your turn, so
Uh-huh.
instead of casting a spell or drinking a potion or interacting with an item, when you attack, you can you can use 2 attacks instead of 1. And
Some
then you
of the
can take your
damage,
bonus action
baby.
and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Amazing. Awesome. Second attack. And I put that in your character sheet. I did not forget. Boom.
Thanks, Bestie.
Nice. Also, you gain more hit points. So why don't you click on that hit dice button?
Love you. Where is that again?
So, center of your character sheet above your attacks.
Above my attack. Ah-ha-ha. Click and drag to roll that. Oh. Sorry, that part had never happened before.
Alright, that's fine. Alright, 3. Alright, so now you have 31 hit points.
Let's go, dude.
Wow.
Absolutely cracked.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, next up, we have Diedrich. So, Diedrich, you and Mel
Yeah.
go to the blacksmith and you purchase like 20 different locks.
Cool.
Because Mel's like, it has to be one of these, right? It can't be. It can't. I guess Mel is Natasha Leggero now, or Natasha Leone. All right, that's fine. So she's like, it has to be one of these locks, right? Surely, we got one of everything. And so as you're picking them, you toss them in the air, and she slices them in half, just to make sure that she can actually do it. And she, after 4 or 5 of these, she says, "Yeah, you know, there's a possibility that some of these are booby-trapped." And
The locks?
yeah, I mean,
Is it booby trapped for breaking or booby trapped for lockpicking or both?
who knows? Who knows? These are rich people. They probably want to protect their stuff.
I mean, this is like a magic user we're talking about, so it's probably like a ward, right?
Who knows? But
Not
we
like
gotta
a
be
big
ready for anything.
explosion. Okay.
So she says, if you're gonna be in the right, you're gonna be dead in front of these things.
I thought you were just gonna end that sentence at dead.
Well, then you're gonna be dead. So
Okay, so you're saying, like, I need to back the fuck off.
Wait, can I ask Juniper for the shield?
I don't think it's gonna work like that, hun.
It's not like an explosion?
She sheathes her swords, and she says, she cracks her neck, and she says, "I'm gonna teach you how to do something even better."
Okay.
And she starts telling you about the wind currents around you, and the slipstream, and how you can, if you focus, you can feel the wind around you. And you can feel how things are touching your skin, how the air touches your skin. And she begins to teach you, it's not just that, it's layers of meditation. And she teaches you how to uncanny dodge.
So while she's teaching me about the wind currents, Edric is focusing, and his cape is billowing so fucking hard for the wind currents that I have now just discovered.
Okay, yeah. And so your cape is billowing, and at some point, when you're done with this, as you're picking these locks, she throws her sword at you, and we see from Diedrich's perspective, everything begins to slow motion as he cocks his head to the side and the sword goes sailing past it.
Hell
lands on the
yeah! Is Uncanny Dodge something I have to roll for?
No. So
Fuck
uncanny dodge. So Diedrich, you are level 5 rogue now.
Let's go.
Now, what does that mean for you? It means that you have learned uncanny dodge. And uncanny dodge is when you would make a dexterity save against something that you would take half damage if you fail.
Okay.
When you make the save, if you pass, you take no damage instead of half damage.
Right.
And if you fail, you only take half damage instead of full damage.
Let's go. Okay.
I'm going to put that in. Uncanny dodge!
Do I get some more hit points too?
Yes.
Hell
Once
yeah.
you roll me that hit points button.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hit die is like a button, right?
Yep, it's above your attacks.
I see it.
Let's go!
Ooh, maximum!
Nice.
Let's go.
Wow.
I have
Wow.
29
Okay.
hit points.
Yeah, you now have 29 hit points. That's pretty
Nice
awesome.
job, gamer.
Nice job. Nice job. Good for
Hell
you.
yeah! That's so many. Go.
That's so many hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, so I actually forgot something with Raven.
What? Oh.
You and Lysander, after you're done like fucking making out or whatever, you look at the
Okay, hold on.
bars.
You can't just casually say that we're making out. That's not. No.
You gotta watch your words
That was how
around
I
us.
taught the spell.
We are the
That's what we're talking
horniest fucking party you've ever had.
Did we not
This
all
is the
remember the
slowest
name
of
of the
slow
spell?
burns. We are not about to let these characters kiss.
Yes, like growth.
No.
You
Get
teach
outta
that
here.
via kissing. Yes.
So Lysander
Alright,
and I
so-
are
so-
like hanging out doing.
The two of you, he
Yeah.
teaches you the spell, and
Uh-huh.
you're spotting where the guards
Yeah.
have a shift,
Uh-huh.
and you do notice that there is a perfect opening for you all to slip by.
Okay.
It's like right. There's like three. It's like on the third hour. Every 3 hours, the guards change shifts.
Okay.
And
A
there
short-ass
is
shift.
a small. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of guards. It's a big building. And so So
Shift change
Yeah.
every third hour.
every
Shift
third
change.
hour.
There's a hole in which we
Right.
could infiltrate. I understand.
Yeah, there is.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Queen of holes. I got it. That's Got it.
The only thing is
uh-huh.
Hey,
that
yo.
while you'll still need to be stealthy
Sneaky.
because the shift
Yeah.
change is 5 minutes.
Got
You'll
it.
have 5 minutes to get from outside through the front gate and into the tree.
Okay.
Just really quick, this
Yeah.
is fully unrelated to everything, but I absolutely love how often tonight Testy has taken off his hat to, do hair stuff, because his horns are on his hat, and so I just love that, like, you're casually removing your horns just for, like, an itch or whatever, just as one
Right.
does. Anyways,
That's
thank
right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
They're retractable.
It's now canon that Hardtack isn't actually a tiefling. He's just sunburned and has horns on his hat.
Oh my god. So I will say that Juniper. So Juniper's next.
Oh, me.
Hardtack, when you all got back to your building before you all went to stake out with the Unpleasants, Chari got out of the bag of holding and you
Better
told
yet,
him
I
the plan.
took Chare out because
So-
he can't get out of his own volition. I confirm this.
Yep. You took Chare out of the bag, and so Juniper, Chare actually went with you.
Hell yeah, besties.
Yeah, and because you didn't have a specific assignment,
My
Chare
assignment was
said,
the party. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
that's not true.
your assignment was to party, and so Chare decides to. He says, "Hey, you want to come with me today? You want to make a day of it? You know?
Not particularly.
Oh,
but okay.
all right." And he says, "Okay." And he, as you're walking with him, and he disguises himself so he looks like a child walking through Sunhome, and
This is uncomfortable.
he says, "So, I get the feeling you don't like me."
Okay.
Yeah, all right. He's like, "Okay, all right." He's like, I don't.
Is that a problem?
I mean,
It's
you
not. I don't. Was there something else I should be saying?
know, look, you don't gotta like me, but I was just wondering, why.
What?
Well,
Why
I
what?
don't need your approval, but I was
Oh
wondering,
my
why,
Sorry.
why you seem to not like me so much.
I don't like anyone. Except for Raven.
Just like, can Raven hear this? Could she just like?
No.
Somewhere, Raven's ears just perk up. She's
Yeah, and the wolves too.
Somewhere the
Yeah.
wolf is like,
And Vera. I also like Vera.
just like a
like,
little.
the wolf's like,
I like animals. What
Kara's
was it?
kinda
What
like
was
an
the
animal.
question?
So he says, "Well, thing is, you're the only elf in the party. I feel like
Yes.
we should have a stronger connection than anybody else. Because you're connected to the Feywild.
Yes.
Don't like it or not. And that's my home. That's where I'm from.
I understand that. It seems that I guess I don't dislike you. I don't dislike most things. I think maybe your expectations are just, what can I do for you? I don't think I understand.
He says, all right. So I got some questions actually about what I'm allowed and not allowed to do.
Sure.
Because I know when you were all sleeping before, I could have shocked you out.
Not sleeping.
I could have woken you up.
Right.
I could have woken everybody up, but it would have involved giving you a little pain. But I'm not able to harm you. So what if there's a situation where the only way for me to help you is to harm you a little bit?
Chare
Is there,
chose the
like-
wrong person to talk to about this. If Chare is gonna change the deal up because Juniper's not gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Get wrecked, besties.
He's like, what do I do in that situation?
This seems pretty silly of a question. I've got to be honest. Are you trying to trick me?
I'm trying to get some clarification here.
This is why you get the impression that I don't particularly like you, because you seem to try to trick everyone, and I don't particularly like that.
I mean, to each their own, but
You think that I should like you because you try to trick everyone, including me and my friends?
no. I said I don't. I said you don't have to like me. But I'm trying to figure
I
out.
don't just dole out likes for fun.
Look, you look. Like I said, you don't gotta like me. All right.
You've said that, yes.
I'm only gonna,
Are you convincing me or you?
Look, we got 2 months. 2 months of this. All right. And this could either be pleasant, or it could be this. And
I'm
I
not-
would prefer.
I'm not experiencing unpleasantness, are you?
I don't think so. but you know, I'm
Then
trying to
This is
look.
great.
I'm trying to get clarification questions, so that way, if all four of you are locked in a mind prison or something that I can wake you from, that I can actually do it. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And also, I've been, especially after that little tiff all you had, I don't exactly know who's innocent or who's not. You know?
Wow, I mean, who
That's-
does?
Yikes, that's loaded.
What do you?
Who's in? Well, what do you define as an innocent?
I think it's
Yikes.
situational. There's no way, like, I don't think that we can ever have like a universal understanding of someone's innocence, but I don't see any reason for any of us to harm someone who hasn't actively tried to harm us or other people that we care about. It's situational. That's all that it means.
So an innocent is someone that has not tried to harm you or anyone that you care about.
Sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is a hard question.
Well, that's good to know. And he says, so
Is Chara gonna fucking betray us? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting him. This is a shocking conversation.
So he says, "All right. So the scales are now unbalanced. You've done me a favor. I'd like to do something for you." And he says, "Because we're so close in genetics,
Yes, that kind of close. Mhm.
yeah, not emotionally clearly, but I'd like to share with you. You know, you're a I've seen you at work. You're a druid, yeah.
Yes.
You know, I used to know some druids. You know, have you you got that green sight? Yeah,
It's possible. Who's asking?
I am. I'm what? What kind of fucking? All right. So, if you know how when you're listening to things and you can tune out all the other things, so you're not hearing everything at once.
Mm-hmm.
So he says it's reversed with your green sight.
Mm-hmm.
When you first develop your green sight, you can only see a couple of things. But if you lean into it and you apply more of your energy, more of your will in the green sight, you can expand it. You can see a whole lot more details, more life, more energy. And then you can harness it and transfer it and use it for more powerful shit.
I would like to learn more.
So you go to a small grove of trees, and you sit down in the center of it, and he sits down with you, and he says, "All right, now just breathe into it. Same thing with your green sight, but I want you to imagine that you're opening this big window and you're letting all of this air, all of this fresh air, sunlight in. And as you do, you open your eyes and your green sight activates, and it is overwhelming. It's as though you can't just see the ley lines anymore, but you can see each individual life that is around you, down to the smallest plant cell. And you have to close your eyes for a second, and he says, yeah, don't look at everything at once. That's a bad idea. He says, fine-tune it so that you get right up to the brink of what you can see without feeling too queasy. A little queasy is all right. And you take another deep breath, and you imagine opening the window just a little bit. And you find that you're only slightly uncomfortable. It's like the feeling you get when you're driving and there's a sudden drop in the road. It's that feeling, but it's very slight. And you know that if you continued to push it, it would be overwhelming. But you're able to channel way radiate more energy through this. You know instinctively that through looking at all of this energy around you, it's so easy for you to just grasp it and just channel it all around you. And you blink, looking back at Chare, and he's got this wide grin on his face. And he says, and thus the scales are balanced. Juniper, you are a level 5 druid.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, what does this mean?
Juniper just went on a trip.
Yeah, it means that you gain access to 3rd level spells, which is pretty fucking good. You have 2 3rd level spell slots, and you get more hit points. Let's
Hell yeah.
roll those dice!
Hell yeah. Hello?
Hit dice?
Are you there?
Oh,
Ah,
all right,
there
well,
they go.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
we'll
It
go
didn't,
with the
it like
first one.
didn't register them.
No, it's fine, it's fine. So 5. So you gain 5 more. You now have 30 hit points.
Wow.
Damn. We forgot to tell Bella to activate 3D dice.
Oh, yes. Okay, also, so on the right side of your screen in the chat, there's the cog, the little gear. I want you to click on that, go to dice options, click enable 3D dice,
And then give us a dice roll.
and now roll anything.
You might have to refresh.
Oh yeah, reload the page, and now roll something.
Just a moment.
Yeah,
that?
let's
Look
go!
at this-
Nice.
Do you
do you
see
see the
it?
screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, physical dice. Cool
Nice.
as shit.
Just FYI, I know that there's another website that has this, and that shit breaks my computer.
The
JavaScript
3D dice?
just absolutely falls apart for some reason. So if this stops working for
Oh,
me,
okay. That's fine.
It's
Well,
fine. You
no,
don't have to turn it on.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
don't have
cool.
no, it works fine. It might be like a totally different thing. I just know on this other site, for whatever reason, it's the specifically the script for 3D dice starts like it used to work, and now when I do it on my computer, it takes approximately a full ass minute to roll a dice. So if that happens, I will turn it off. But
That's fair.
hopefully
Okay.
that won't happen.
That's fine. So we cut to hardtack. The clock, the big clock in the middle of the free market area, right around the docks, is at 11:58, and you're walking out on the docks. It is a foggy night. There is mist, thick mist, all coming from the docks, coming from the sea, rolling in droves. And you feel Squiffy, the weight of Squiffy on your shoulder. And just as the clock strikes midnight, you hear that boom. It's very soft at night, so they don't wake anybody. And you hear behind you, "Oi, hardtack." Turning around, you see Cornelius.
Aye. Even keel?
How you been?
Well, lots of changes. Lots of, adventures so far. How have you been?
So he says, I ain't been bad. There's be tell that not only have ye a crew, but also a ship.
I found a ship. It's mine now. It ain't much, but it'll do.
I forgot we had a ship.
Good on ya, hardtack. And he says, you know, the behemoth had his eye on you. I'm here.
We had a bit of a conversation in a way, not too long ago.
Aye. It has been an interesting time for you as of late, hasn't it? Have ye any idea of our master, whom we serve?
I think the recent encounter with him has clued me in a bit. I think I've met him previously in my life as well.
Indeed. Hardtack. And he reaches into his, not his coat pocket. He's got a belt, not too dissimilar from yours, with a bunch of different pouches. And he pulls one out. He pulls an object out of one of the pouches, and it is this, like, reddish pink. Looks like this rubbery piece of meat or flesh or something. And he says, "Congratulations, Hardtack." And he gives you the object in his hand.
I take it and just kind of look it over and thank you for the congratulations, but what am I to do with this?
So he says, "Well, what do we do with all of the strange sea things that we find?"
Most of the time, all right. And he just pops it into his mouth.
Okay. So you eat this rubbery piece of flesh, and you feel the mark on your hand begin to itch. And as you peel your glove back, you see that the mark is glowing. And in a blink, you find yourself suddenly back in that black, cold, dark place where you first saw your patron's eyes, and distant thunder rumbles somewhere high above. What's more, you can barely breathe, and Cornelius's voice echoes all around you. "Before humans and elves and dwarves, before time itself, there were monsters. Elder beings of such power and scale that it would drive ye mad to gaze upon them. The gods didn't like that, you see, and they weren't strong enough to fight the monsters, so they made their own. The war was catastrophic, but in the end the gods won. Only their monsters didn't know how to stop fighting, so the gods locked him away. Such is the story of our master, the Behemoth, Lord of the Press Gang, exiled creation of the gods. He sleeps somewhere here in the depths of the sea, and he dreams. Even the most senior of us don't know why he gives us these gifts, or what he truly wants." Another blink, and you're back on the dock. We hear the creaking of wood and the whisper of wind as the mist behind Cornelius parts and a ship approaches the dock. The heavy smell of sulfury gunpowder and the coppery tang of blood permeates the air. A gangplank lowers. Cornelius cracks a grin as he walks up the gangplank. "Something's coming, Hardtack. I don't know what, but the sea has been calling all of us to her. And when you hear the call, you'd best get your crew and your new ship and answer her." And as the ship begins to withdraw from the dock, you find that you can breathe again. Your eyes fall to your familiar, who watches you gulp down air. Squiffy slowly walks forward towards you and presses his forehead against your own. You feel a jolt, and you stagger back onto your elbows. Squiffy, now standing up and wings fully spread, holds out a hand, and you hear a voice in your head. "At long last. Hello, Hardtack."
Yo, that was the best level up. We got like little like fun. Oh, we're leveling up. Oh, you're a level 5. Tessie got a whole ass like movie Damn, that was awesome. Can Squiffy talk? Is that what just happened?
Well, I'm getting there.
Okay, sorry.
So, Hardtack, you are a level 5 warlock. Now, what does that mean for you? That means that you learn a new spell of 3rd level. You can now cast 3rd level spells. So all of your spells will now be cast at 3rd level, except for cantrips. And you gain new Eldritch Invocations. You have swapped out Eyes of the Runekeeper. So I'm going to say that you notice your eyes can no longer do that thing where they can read all languages. But instead, Squiffy's voice now echoes through your mind, and you can communicate with him telepathically. What's more is you have taken Investiture of the Chainmaster, which gives Squiffy a bit of a buff as far as combat goes. I'm going to put that in your character sheet in a bit. Oh, also you get more hit points. So go ahead and roll that hit dice button. All right, nice. You now have 25 hit points.
Slowly
Very
but
nice.
surely getting up there.
Yeah, little by little, little by little.
You are a little old man.
I'm old.
Old man.
I'm old with low strength.
So we cut to the next day where Hardtack and Harkin are in the library, and you're studying wards and glyphs and runes. And Harkin, he says, so these wards here, and he pulls up, he begins conjuring an illusory duplicate, like, model of the estate of House Omarin. And he points to a few spots. He says, we are going to need to disable two wards anymore, and alarms will go off. My greatest fear is that we disrupt too much and Aletheia comes back. How confident are you in your group, Hardtack?
Very, very confident.
Aww.
Good lie.
You big sap.
Good lie.
More confident than in my own abilities. And
Oh, okay. I see.
He says, good. I noticed, and he spins the illusory diagram around, and he points inside the house, and he says, I noticed that there are runes here that have nothing to do with warding and protecting. They are space transference, alteration. I believe that there is something inside of the house, something that we will need to deal with, perhaps. I have seen things of similar nature before. There is a high possibility that inside of this house is bigger than outside of this house. Make sense?
I think so. Kind of like and Hardtack pulls out the bag of holding. It's like, so kind of like this?
Yes, precisely. It is as though the house is a giant bag of holding that people can live in, but also can travel freely in. It is intricate spellwork that is to be expected from a nexus of power like Aletheia. Anyway.
The true meaning was the bag of holding all along.
You got there, sort of.
I did.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have. You know what? I'll try again later.
Yeah, circle back.
Yeah, I'll circle back.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
touch base on that a little bit.
Okay.
So he says, we will perhaps need eyes on inside, or we will need eyes to tell us how it works. Do you have way of... So he realizes, like, also, once we get inside, we will need some way of not being seen. I imagine once we get past guards, we will also need to get past servants and whoever else is inside.
Yeah. I mean, not just guards, right? Like, everyone.
Is Diedrich here?
Am I
No,
not here? Am I not there?
I
Never
thought I
mind. Never
heard
mind.
Diedrich
Sorry.
I think this
somewhere.
is still just
Sorry.
Harkin and yeah.
Hardtack looks around and he sees Diedrich just like hiding behind a bookshelf, peeking through.
Yeah, sorry.
Trying to be stealthy. Look, Diedrich.
I am less confident about
Trying to
stealth.
be helpful. My bad.
Also, Harkin takes the books on wards, and he closes them and he puts them back where he found them. And he says, "You are other mage in group. This is... You do not research, though. Are you sorcerer? Is magic in your blood?
A little bit,
You
I
are
guess.
tiefling, so I assume.
I am tiefling, yes. It's more fiery magic in my blood. You know, I'm red and all, but
Yes.
Ironic with the whole pirate thing. Anyways, sorry.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, fire and water, you know. I seem to
Where are party members coming from out of the woodwork? I don't understand.
Yes.
I seem to find my how should I say this? I obtain my powers from some other source or some other being. Yes.
So you are cleric. Interesting.
It's not a higher power. It's more of a lower power, I guess.
That's a lower power. Oh my god.
So you are evil cleric then?
I think the common term I've heard, you know, in tales of people like me, it's warlock.
So his eyes go wide, and he actually like scoots his chair back a little bit,
Jesus, really?
and he says, "Hardback, this is very dangerous for you. You know this, yes?
What have I got to lose? Look at me,
What have you
an
got
old
to
man
lose?
like me.
Hardback, your fingers split open like octopus.
They
Pretty
do?
cool, right?
Wait, really? I don't remember that. Sorry, I'm still not
It's-
here.
Where is voice coming from?
Sorry.
Who is talking?
This is just
You
fun.
just see a cape billowing
Yeah.
behind the bookshelf.
So you all get up and you meet back up.
Because we
After-
weren't technically together just then.
Right. And you meet back. I'm guessing either probably at your living quarters would make the most sense. And so you all sit down. You exchange your information. And Harkin says, "Okay, so what is plan?"
Well,
Sorry.
Raven, Lysander, what did you find? What's your plan? Or what do we know?
Every third hour, there's shift change, and there is a small window of 5 minutes of time that we would be able to infiltrate, but it is a hard 5 minutes, no more, that we would have to be in by. That's what we found out.
So we know our entry window.
So we must sneak past wall. Yes?
Yes.
Yep. And we're pretty confident that we can either pick or break the lock. However, it could be warded / explode. So.
At that, Mel holds out. Have any of you seen Rocket Power?
Yeah.
It's an old
Yes.
cartoon. All right,
Do we do the
so-
thing?
Don't call it
Yeah,
old.
yeah,
Yes!
yeah.
I
yeah.
fucking love Mel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like Mel, without looking at you, she just holds her hand
Yeah,
out.
like,
and
we're
you
like,
just
I'm
like,
looking at
yeah. And so Harkin says, "Okay, so we have first step and last step, but now we need everything in between." And he says, "Hardtack and I believe that between two of us, we can deactivate wards. So we should be
Sorry.
able to get inside.
Okay.
2 of us?
If we deactivate the wards to get inside, will that deactivate all the wards, as in deactivate the wards potentially on the lock of the vault?
No.
Or will that be like
no.
a separate ward thing? Because,
For
like, I
me,
can't
it
imagine this magical house just has a plain old ass lock on the vault. Like, I'm expecting wards, but I could be wrong.
It will be difficult. However, I believe that once we get through the front door, we will need to disable some kind of ward. I believe there is 1 or 2 wards that we will need to disable. Hardtack,
Okay.
you can do this, as well as me.
I'd say we can do this. And Hardtack does his quick little blink, and Invisible Squiffy flies over to the other side of Harkin, and just, like, I speak through Squiffy to say,
Yeah.
we can do this. And, he,
Yeah,
and
and
then
he's
I
like,
blink back.
it's like strange voices follow your party everywhere they go. And he says, okay, so you and I, we disable wards. Continuing inside, I believe that there is, and he pulls up the illusory diagram again for all of you to see now. And he points to a spot. It looks like a black rectangle in the center of the house. He says, I believe this space is where the vault is kept. Now, it is very possible that this space is much bigger once we enter through this extra dimensional box. I do not know what we will find there. It is possible that the vault is trapped or rigged. Hopefully, we will get past. Knowing that you can transform, and he looks at Juniper, knowing that you can transform into animals, this is very useful to us. You should be able to scout. We will need scouting once we get in.
Are you gonna turn into a mouse?
I can.
We have a way of talking to you when you're an animal.
Or a
Negative.
You need to get some like
I mean, you can
telepathic
talk to
powers or
me.
some shit.
I can't talk to you.
Okay.
That's true.
And I can't guarantee that I'll listen, if you know what I mean.
I wouldn't expect
Yeah.
anything less from Juniper.
So
We could learn binary, and then I can.
sign language with your tiny little mouse paws. Heist.
Or-
Heist.
yeah.
Let's
So
make up a language that exclusively involves squeaking.
Okay. I'm down to make up a language with you.
Morse code.
2 squeak yes, 1 squeak no. Yeah?
Mouse code.
Yes, perfect.
That's all we need.
Very good. And Harkin, he says, we have 1 day now. Until
Do we need anything else?
Heist.
Heist.
So he says, I do in. How will we live once we acquire?
Great question. Do we have like a map of the estate, yeah?
You have a crude map of the estate, yeah.
But we haven't gotten like a new one? The like all the stakeoutness?
You have you have a pretty good diagram between Raven and Lysander creeping around all of the houses.
What was
You have
between
pretty
Raven
good-
and Lysander?
You have a good
What
Diag-
was it between us?
of the outside of the estate with where the guards are.
Do we have one we can actually look at? Like in real life?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I plan on.
We're not going on a field trip?
Okay, sounds good. But okay, so how we get out is a great question. I mean, can't wait inside 3 hours for the next guard ship.
No, we cannot. Especially because Elathia may be home.
Yeah, we
during
only
those
have the
extra
6
hours.
hours, right? So, I don't know how we get out. That's a great question. You guys got any ideas? Can you make us all invisible?
Harkin, what are you able to do with your wizard
So-
A distraction, maybe?
So Harkin says, I am illusion mage. I can create illusory things that are quite realistic.
What if we knock out a couple guards and you guard, but they're still there or something?
This is
Brainstorming.
possible. However, illusions do not hold up to physical interaction.
Right. Guard outfits? Outfit change? Take out some guards, put on guard outfits. No?
I
I'm
could-
open to ideas, party.
I mean, we can't have, like, how many guards did we have to take out in order for all of us to have outfits? I feel like that's
7?
like,
Well, all but one.
Yeah, because one of us will be
Mice
a
don't
mouse.
need guard outfits.
Right.
that's
Unless we get
valid.
little mouse guard
Tiny
outfit.
guard, yeah, tiny
I would
guard
take a
outfits.
small mouse.
You're
guard
literally
outfit,
super
I'm just
but
also
little.
thinking
it
with our
seems
time
challenging, and
frame.
I'm not sure. It seems I don't think people would hire mice as guards. Just, I think there's not much that they could do unless you were specifically guarding against mice or other small rodents. Which, then I guess it would probably be really smart to hire
You're
mice
just talking over
as
Juniper.
guards.
Do you have any
You gotta stop me
suggestions?
sooner than that, y'all. Come on.
Henry, do you have any suggestions?
It is not. This is not my name, but I am not sure. This will depend on what we find inside. If we can get out the same way, then it is possible for me to create distraction. However, this will undoubtedly send more security. We will have very small window to leave once this happens. Also, does your do you want Aletheia to know that this is missing?
No, definitely not. But I mean, if we break the lock because I can't pick it, then they're gonna know something was gone.
What if
If
we
you-
created a distraction outside of the house, but that would cause guards to leave the house? For instance,
Let's light the house on
act-
fire.
Not that, because
Oh.
we would be inside of it, and that is reckless. But anyways, one thing that the guards would potentially leave the house for is, you know, their boss being in danger. And I don't want to cause anyone actual harm, but if we threatened harm, would they
That's
leave?
smart. Like an illusion of Aletheia in danger, or actually threaten Aletheia like a hostage situation.
Probably the first option.
Right. Okay.
If we, you know, I don't want to cause her harm,
Of course.
but if we could make the guards
So-
think that she was in danger, would they leave?
I
Can you-
conjure illusion of Aletheia,
In danger.
perhaps injured,
Yeah.
coming up to a state.
Yeah.
Guards rush out, find out what is wrong.
We go
Then
out the
we
back.
leave out
Yeah.
a different. Yeah.
This could work. This could work very well.
This is what happens when you eat enough bagels.
Juniper,
I'm
you're
telling
a genius.
Bagel brain.
Bagels are brain food.
Brain food. Sharkfidence and bagels.
Bagel fidence.
Confidence and bagel brain.
Yeah.
Bagel
Yeah.
brain.
Two things
Oh
to
my God.
success.
So he says, good, this can work. This can work very well. And he says, once we get item, we do not speak of this. I will not have House O'Marin chasing after me and my group.
Don't worry, we're not keeping the wand. It's not the item. It's not for us. We're gonna give it to someone else. It's gonna be their problem.
There is a buyer for the item.
Maybe. Well, I mean, we got hired for a job, and we're bringing
Who
you in on the
hired you?
job.
How much are you getting
Not
paid for
our
job?
job. We're getting about 400 gold pieces a piece, just like you.
So you are making nothing on this job then?
Yes. I don't know math.
Hmm.
I'm like bagel brain over here. I don't handle the finances.
So
Look,
he looks at Hardtack.
Harkin,
Sorry.
we're making less per person than you will be. All right. So you have nothing to worry about here. You are making out. The unpleasants are making out with this. We appreciate
Who's
your help.
making out?
Lysander just like
Hopefully me later.
yeah. So
We can speak we can speak specifics about who is bringing us this job after we've secured the item and have gotten out of the house.
All you need to know is that this is a good job, and you like us.
Very well. Very well. So far, we have had positive excursions with your group. I trust that this will also go well.
Dietrich slaps him on the back and says, we've, hold on, let me get back to my list of H names. Hold on, I gotta scroll up.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's so far. Here it is. Dietrich slaps him on the back and says,
Harvey, we got this.
He says, good, good. He says, well...
Not even mad anymore.
yeah,
it's like,
it's over.
it's just, I have accepted that you will not know my name, ever. This is troubling to me, but this is fine. He says, we have rest of night, and then at 10 a.m. tomorrow, we shall enact the plan. Yes?
Yes. Dietrich puts his hand in.
That happens. Diedrich, you have your hand on the middle of the table.
Operation Bagel Heist.
Nothing happens? Nothing? No one does it?
Diedrich puts his hand on the middle of the table, and Mel just like, we see like Diedrich's hand, and then coming into frame, we see Mel's hand, and goes on top of Diedrich's. She
And
looks around,
like,
and then
peek
she's like, no one else is doing it. And she just like slides her hand off.
Dietrich waits for everyone to leave the table, and then it's just him alone at the table, and he goes, Heist!
Oh, that is a good button. So we then fade to the next day, where all of our heroes and the Unpleasants are getting ready. We see from inside of their house, inside of your house, Diedrich is sheathing his bone sword and tightening the straps on his wrist guards. We see Hardtack pull the brim of his hat down just a little bit. Perfect, thank you. And he looks at Squiffy, who gives him a little thumbs up. We cut to Juniper, who is meditating and cracks her neck a couple of times and opens her eyes, and her eyes flash green like a strobe light as she practices using her green sight. And then we cut to Raven, who wakes up, and Lysander is sitting in the corner of her room finishing up his meditation with the wolf. We cut to the outside of the Omaran house as both parties converge, ready to enact their heist. But what will happen on this heist? Find out next time on Harbinger!
The
All right.
timing!
Hell yeah.
The timing! The timing!